Graduates and guests, may we have your attention, please? Convocation is about to begin. If you have a mobile device or pager with you, please turn it off or silence it during the ceremony. Thank you for your attention and congratulations. If able, please rise.
Good afternoon and welcome. We wish to acknowledge this land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, this meeting place is still the home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. We are also grateful to have the opportunity to celebrate the achievements of our scholars who graduate today. On their behalf, let us express gratitude for the support of their family and friends, and for the faculty and staff who have guided them in their pursuit of knowledge. Whatever our own traditions, let us reflect as we proceed through the convocation ceremony on the many years of effort, sacrifice, and success that have brought us to this time of celebration. In concilium universitates torontonensis vocatis somus. Graduates, please remain standing, and all guests, please be seated.
Cancelaria, Precepto Tito Hoisis Scolares, ut admittantu ad grados varios, testo que esquad amina que statuta requirant aptos et idionos is.
Et profectum huius provinciae, huius qua magnae patriae, et profectum omnium nationem, omnibus interis conjunctarum, algo exacatoritate mihi etoti universitate commissar, et mitto vos grados varios, quarum ura vubisto, epitoco, quoqua ut omnia confictiatas munera qua, et illus grados pertinet.
Please be seated. My name is Dixon Ayo, and it is my great privilege to serve the University of Toronto as interim principal of New College. Today, I have the additional privilege of assisting our Chancellor, Dr. Rose Patton, in conducting this convocation. The university is an institution with deep historical roots and many enduring traditions. Among those is our use of the language of the medieval university in today's wonderful celebration. For those in attendance who, like me, are less than fluent in Latin, a translation may be helpful. For my part, I said, most distinguished Chancellor, I present to you these scholars that they may be admitted to the various degrees, and I bear witness that, as far as all things which the statutes require, they are fit and suitable. Much more significantly, from the standpoint of the graduating class, the Chancellor then replied, to the benefit of this province, this great country, and to the worldwide community of nations, I, by authority vested in me and in the whole university, admit you to your various degrees, grant to you the rights, and ask of you the responsibilities of doing all those things which pertain to those degrees. And so, as my first order of business, I'm delighted to salute you, the graduating classes of 2024 from New College. That's it. You are done. I'd always like to bid a warm welcome to everyone who has joined us here in historic Convocation Hall. Graduates, today the University of Toronto is formally recognizing you for your hard work, your accomplishments, your perseverance, and this milestone. Speaking of perseverance, you have successfully completed your program in extraordinary and challenging times. And today's celebration is all the more meaningful for it. Each of you, as members of the graduating class, is joining an exceptional family of University of Toronto alumni. U of T has a global community of over 680,000 alumni in 196 countries. They are the university's legacy and our greatest ambassadors. U of T alumni serve in leadership roles in every corner of the world and in every walk of life. They are prime ministers, justices, scholars, authors, community and business leaders, scientists, and professionals of every description. Their endeavors have shaped the world we live in and the way we understand that world. We have no doubt that the University of Toronto's high international standing can be attributed to generations of dedicated and very talented faculty and staff members. But we also understand that this reputation has been built by our alumni, a group that now includes each and every one of you. So, graduating class, let me say thank you. Thank you for your contributions to the university while you were a student. And thank you for what you will do as members of Canada's largest, and I dare say most distinguished alumni community. One more word of thanks is in order. I'm sure all graduates share a sense of gratitude to the friends and family members who have helped bring them to this special day. and would like to ask you to join me and the platform party in thanking them with a vigorous round of applause. Let me continue with a request. One of the distinguishing features of our convocation is that graduates come forward to be recognized individually. Can they come here and stop here for a second to share their nanosecond of fame, so to speak. They will then leave the stage using the ramp, exit the door, and go around the hall. At that point, they will turn left and quietly re-enter the hall as your peers continue to be recognized. In that spirit, I encourage you to think of the very last person to be on stage. I believe that person is Joaquin Alonso Nevida Paz. Joaquin, are you here? Could you stand up, please? Remember Joaquin. That's Joaquin. Again, for Joaquin's sake, because we don't want him and his family left feeling abandoned in the hall, we request all graduates to be back. Okay. Finally, respecting our ongoing commitment to health and safety, we will forego the additional handshake, but we promise to applaud enthusiastically as you pass by the stage. Thank you for your understanding and assistance, and once again, warmest congratulations. Before we continue, I would like to recognize that this is a challenging time for many in our community. We acknowledge the pain and suffering felt by those impacted by the conflict in the Middle East. And yet today, ceremony is a time of celebration and hope. Convocation Hall is a place where our graduates have the opportunity to mark this wonderful milestone with loved ones. With that in mind, I would respectfully ask everyone here today to allow our graduating students to have that moment to cross the stage without disruption or interruption. Thank you. It is now my privilege to introduce today's convocation speaker, Kathy Moscou. An alumni of University of Toronto, Dr. Moscou holds a PhD in pharmaceutical sciences and currently serves as interim dean in the Faculty of Design at OCAD University. Her teaching, research, and creative practice merges visual arts, health, and design for social justice. Our approach is guided by the African worldview Ubuntu, I am because we are, and the collective responsibility to positively contribute to humanity. Dr. Moscou's creative practice is mixed media visual storytelling that celebrates Black culture and the Black family. Her art has been exhibited in over 20 curated exhibits, and she has curated several exhibits. Among other accolades, Dr. Moscou has been recognized as one of Canada's 100 accomplished Black women and received the 2024 Women Who Inspires Challenge Award from the Jamaican Canadian Association. Please welcome Dr. Moscou to this podium.
So, good afternoon, Chancellor Patton, Principal Ayo, graduands, family, and friends. I would like to thank New College Convocation Committee for inviting me to speak to graduates, their family, and friends on this day of celebration. Prior to sharing my remarks with you today, I would like to also acknowledge that we are on the ancestral and traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee, the Anishinaabeg, the Huron-Wendat, and the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, the Chippewa, people who are the original owners and custodians of the land in which I stand, work, and create. And I would also like to acknowledge that Takaranto is the home to many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples from across Turtle Island and is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit. It is an honor to be asked to provide this keynote address. And since receiving the invitation, I have been reflecting deeply on what message might be important to impart to new graduates. I am the daughter of Jack and Dorothy, the sister to Susie and Jackie, the mother, stepmom to Jossie, Kai, Danielle, Michael, and Gabriel, the life partner of Gervin, and grandmother of 6. I share this because I embrace the African ontology, Ubuntu, which is translated to I am because we are. Ubuntu embraces collective responsibility to contribute to humanity. Ubuntu challenges us to act with empathy and to actively work to better the lives of others, because in doing so, we create a better world for all and are enriched. Ubuntu fosters inclusion of diverse cultural perspectives, important especially during the troubling times in which we are living. To quote Bell Hooks, I am very interested in what does it mean for us to cultivate together community that allows for risk, the risk of knowing someone outside your own boundaries, the risk that is love. There is no love that does not involve risk. As stated in my bio, I'm a visual storyteller. I once put out a call asking individuals to gift me messages that are important to share with young people. I was amazed at the wonderful response I received and how universal many of the messages were. I printed the messages on ribbons and braided them into the hair of a child in a picture I painted called Message for My Daughter. Today, I want to gift 4 of the key learnings that I have received over the years. Learning number 1, life is about the journey. Winona LaDuke, Indigenous environmental activist, said, "We should not believe that our lives are lived in a linear fashion. There are likely many of you that have followed a curated list of things one should do in order to achieve the career or goal that they have envisioned. There may also be some who are uncertain what the future will hold, and that too is okay, because often we don't know the knowledges we have gained and how they will be useful until the opportunity to use the knowledge presents itself." Let me tell you a personal story. When I graduated from pharmacy school in the late 1970s, I expected to work as a pharmacist immediately. After a prolonged and unsuccessful search, I discovered that the community clinic where I had always wanted to work was hiring. Unfortunately, the clinic didn't have a pharmacy. It only had a dispensary from which doctors dispensed donated medicines. Moreover, the position the clinic was hiring for was the janitor. This brings me to learning number 1. Your journey may be circuitous, and you may need to create your ideal position if it does not already exist. In my case, over a few short years, I showed the clinic why they needed a pharmacist, created their first ever licensed pharmacy, and became the director of pharmacy services overseeing all 5 community clinic locations. My early work at the clinic as a janitor taught me humility and respect that was important to engagement with patients and community members. Learning number 2, failure is the first rung on the ladder of success. Too many take their first unsuccessful attempt at achieving a goal as a reason to give up or internalize it as something to be ashamed of. All too often, a failed attempt leads to incapacitating fear. Canadian civil rights activist Dudley Laws commented that the worst thing to do in life is to live in fear. He stated, "I have no fear at all. If one becomes afraid you can't do your work, you'll be looking over your shoulders and be afraid to say what you want to say." It is through failure that we learn. I will share that I failed my first pharmacy licensing exam, after which I was quite embarrassed. However, upon reflection, what I lacked was preparation rather than knowledge. Malcolm X stated that education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. And the next time I sat for my licensing exam and all subsequent exams, presentations, classes I've taught, and even today's speech, I gathered the knowledge and I took the requisite time to prepare. This strategy has been a key to earning a pharmacist license in the United States and Canada, a successful academic career and creative practice, and completing my PhD in pharmaceutical sciences at the University of Toronto. Challenges are opportunities for growth. My late mother taught me that there will always be challenges or obstacles. It's how you respond to them when they are encountered that matters. When a challenge or an obstacle is in your path, you can go under it, you can go around it, you can push through it, but never let it stop you. Which brings me to my next learning lesson. Don't be the first to tell yourself no. It has been said that as a new graduate, you will hear a lot of no's. You may encounter many who will try and convince you that you are too young, too inexperienced, maybe even too old. Others may experience racism, gender discrimination, or faith discrimination. Don't be discouraged by these obstacles. Rather, use them as a motivating force. Don't be the first to tell yourself no. You cannot get a job, internship, grant, scholarship, mentorship, or more that you didn't apply for. Embrace risk because you need it to grow. The risk may be to create opportunities for yourself or others that don't currently exist. Shirley Chisholm, the first Black person to run for president of the United States in 1972, said, "If they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair." Learning 4, you can't help others if your cup is empty. Some of you are fortunate to be graduating today, having studied in a field you are passionate about, in which you will inspire change. For others, whose passions may lie elsewhere, continue to cultivate and nourish the things that bring you joy, so that you can bring your whole self to all that you do. Like Leonardo da Vinci, you may excel in science and the arts, if that is your passion, and your unique perspective will enrich all that you contribute to. Moreover, you can't help others if your cup is empty. Winona LaDuke is quoted as saying, "What we all need to do is to find the wellspring that keeps us going, that gives us strength and patience." So as you move on to the next phase of your life journey, I encourage you all to reflect on how you can embrace Ubuntu. In the words of South African businesswoman Betsitsana Kumalo, not everybody can be famous, but everybody can be great, because greatness is determined by service. I want to close with a quote from the late US Senator John Lewis. "When historians pick up their pens to write the story of the 21st century, let them say it was your generation who laid down the heavy burdens of hate at last, and that peace finally triumphed over violence, aggression, and war. Now it is your turn to let freedom ring." Thank you and congratulations.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates from New College who are being admitted to the degree of Honors Bachelor of Science. Miles Nicholas Absey. Marie Audrey Rita Aoni. Alexandre Almeida de Albuquerque. Mahil Arshad. Alifia Bagasrawala. Asau Bagarian. Edwina Bahar. Luca Baiocchi. Liam Bakar. Rochelle Glisa Corbita Baldado. Yi Feng Bao. Jessica Batista. Mohit Bawa. Sahej Bakri. Nimit Amit Kumar Banshali. Yinwo Bian. Peter Robert Bilski. Sarah Bielobirk. Cesar Silvino Bonilla. Danica Dorothy Bortenstein. Tiange Bu. Alexander Lucas Bullen. Yi Chen Tsai. Heng Rui Tao. Yujing Tao. Tammy Lee Carrick. Zoene Jasmine Sky Carter. Sophia Annalise Katana. Celine Chair. Kevin Robert Checo. Hao Yu Chung. Si Yuan Chung. Ye Ming Chung. Anson Chen. Danai Rin Chen. Hao Ning Chen. Hui Yang Chen. Jia Hui Chen. Kevin Yu Kui Chen. Cynthia Chen. Kwanjie Chen. Munching Chen. Peirong Chen. Xiaohong Chen. Shengzi Chen. Shi Yu Chen. Shu Tong Chen. Sirei Chen. Si Yu Chen. Yinwo Chen. Yiru Chen. Yuanfan Chen. Bo Wei Cheng. Eric Sichi Cheng. Hua Cheng. Letian Cheng. Jen Cheng. Katie Chong. David Chow. Kyung Bin Cho. Sung Hyung Cho. Brandon Nicholas Choi. Kai Yang Wiese Chua. Kelly Michael Crawford. Li Fan Sui. Jun Lin Dai. Rowan Mark David. Liana Jaden DeLuna. Yoon Young Deng. Sahir Dalla. Shi Jae Ding. Narad Deshasip. Doa Duran. Eric Jordan Ahrensberger. J. David Epstein. Luana Fakhreddin. Ka Ni Fan. Jia Ming Fang. Irmina Farouk. Iñaki Fonso Reyes. Shaul Uriel Francos. Sik Swang Fung. William Gagne. Madison Gagnon. Tianjing Gan. Sarah Parag Gandhi. Han Gao. Xinyang Gao. Gabriel Lee Gellert. Diego Francisco Gonzalez Delgado. Meha Grewal. Kelly Guan. Yansong Guan. Jen Chiang Guan. Jin Tao Guo. William Guo. Yi Yuan Guo. Noah Christopher Ruda Hagasef. Harold Albert Hamilton. Jongmin Han. Yatian Han. Kai Chi Hao. Tomás Vicente Toimil Harriton. Josie Alicia Lynn Hatfield. Azau Hayat. Ti Chao He. Mustafa Hekasi. Lucy Hong. Juka Ho. Ran Ho. Michael Shu. Guoran Hu. Chao Di Hu. Ching Yi Hu. Rui Sen Hu. Hu. Wen Rei Hu. Tianyi Hua. Chang Di Huang. Hao Tze Huang. Jiang Feng Huang. Jing Ting Huang. Lucia Huang. Ru Chen Huang. Ting Huang. Xiaodong Huang. Yandi Huang. Yanling Huang. Ziyi Huang. Tanar Hussain. Colin Sung Huing. Andreas Ignacio. Tamara Ntuemi Trina Inaiba. Sarah Alara Ishkin. Daniel Chaco Jacob. Kevin Jain. Dylan George Lomer James. Sehi Zhang. Anika Javed. Xiaoman Ji. Chi Chen Jia. Jing Yi Jiang. Guangjiang, Yuxin Jiang, Xiling Jin, Ximin Jin, Mariah Lynn Johnson, Lindsay Johnston, Anisha Kama, Yerim Kang, Natasha Cantor, Hirona Kato, Ashwin Kora, Muhammad Hasnat Khan, Shayan Khan, Mehek Kumi, Aryan Niraj Kishan, Nicholas Klein, Theodore Rosanov Kolev, David Chi Rong Ku, Ethan Ku, Changguang Guang, Connie C. Guang, Xingyu Guang, Ronit Kumar, Michael Yui Him Ku, Matthew Allen Kustek, Sandra Kwan, Mark Angelo Ladines, Chun Tak Tony Lai, Vivian Lam, Janet King Yuet Lau, Oi Yan Lau, Xi Tie Li, So Won Lee, Stephanie Jane Lee, Tiana Mong Tang Lee, Chu Dong Lee, Dixon Lee, Ge Li. Jason Jianam Lee. Jiajing Li. Jiashu Li. Jingyi Li. Mo Chi Li. Pei Wen Li. Yan Song Li. Yu Li. Yu Tse Li. Zhao Ti Li. Jerui Li. Johan Li. Akiki Liang. Shaoling Liang. Yu Yang Liang. Sonia Liao. Wesley T. Yi Liao. Jin Lin. Sonia Shu Yu Lin. Ti Long Lin. Ti Xuan Lin. Emma Page Linklater. Bernice Hao Ye Liu. Hao Yu Liu. Jesse Liu. Jiaming Liu. Jingce Liu. Ruixin Liu. Ruochen Liu. Shangyang Liu. Ximing Liu. Yaxian Liu. Yiting Liu. Yu Chen Liu. Yu Xi Liu. Yu J. Liu. Tse Ming Liu. Xin Liu. Lu. Yun Tian Lu. Yu Xin Lu. Lei Luo. Shi Yuan Luo. Ikogra Luthra. Yu Liu. Henning Ma. Yue Ming Ma. Fatima Diadie Maiga. Sabika Ramat Malik. Shwe Kit Man. Ahmad Mansour. Lauren Remy Martinez. Nicole Elizabeth Catherine McDonald. Liruoshi Meng. Bisrat Michael. Jordan Daniel Milando. Carho Kevin Mock. Azmain Ikadar Momin. Alessandro Montelli. Quinn Faith Moros. Amau Mukani. Mackenzie Hope Moxley. Ahmed Ngana Musuya. Federico Ideo Muguyuda Rodriguez. Seiji Anton Nagai. Akshat Naik. Kayana Najafasteh. Amara Najam. Eche Nemutlu. Bob Sean Ung. Anna Lee Ngoyen. Kevin Huang Ngoyen. An Huang Goyen Trin. Hao Ni. Yi Wei Ni. Yi Yun Ni. Yi Ming Ning. Angela New. Kanishk Niverti. Tomeji Sarah Kutasin. Hisban Shahzad Nurani. Ahmad Masoor Nouri. Natia Kabir Nuha. Chika Oikawa. Maya Okamoto. Irvine Saika Pakalute. Soo Hyun Pak. Arya Patel. Liliana Nadine Pavasik. Yu Peng. Hugo Yuen Fan. Raven Brianna Phillips. Xuani Piao. Bianca Isabel Plourde. Laura Maria Pollock. Timothy John Porkatsemi. Sana Purmonatsa. Chuanyang Chao. Jishi Chao. Tian Qing. Zi Xiao Chu. Jingyi Chu. Sarah Chu. Yifan Chu. Siddharth Raghunathan. Yash Ramani. Xinyan Ran. Benjamin Radzin. Leo Ren. Xingru Ren. Michaela Mackenzie Riley. Madison Christine Roach. Patria Gianella Rosau. Hannah Janine Rubio. Janet Sad. Justin Sadacom. Novera Salmon. Sirit Jot Kar Sangha. Rashna Sarkar. Parker Catherine Veronica Scott. Jia Shah. Jing Cheng Shao. Mihir Sharma. Hung Yang Shen. Yi Jun Shen. Saini Shri. Kashin Shi. Utsav Shingao. Erica Caitlin Chan Mun Fai Shi Shun. Xin Shu. Brandon Patrick Slisarenko. Chan Bi So. Jang Dong Song. Matilda Stahuska. Danny Hang Yi Su. Nanako Sujimoto. Jiachi Sun. Man Yoon Sun. Yi Wen Sun. Portia Taheri. Amal Tahir. Kai Wen Tan. Matthew Jian Shuen Tan. Wenbo Tan. Yinyue Tan. Yu Ji Tang. Bei Chen Tao. Abinan Tayaparan. Alexandra Tronson. Brandon Kwan Lung Tong. Jae Tong. Felix Lei Tran. Feng Yi An Tsui. Candidate from New College who is being admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science. Joaquin Alonso Naveda Paz.
On behalf of the University of Toronto, and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I hereby admit all those candidates not here present to their degrees in absentia.
As we conclude Convocation, I wish to thank you all for your participation and patience, and a special thank you to Dr. Gerson for reading the names out brilliantly. To families and friends, and to those in the procession, let me say thank you. You have made this a more memorable event for each member of the graduating class. I would like to thank Chancellor Rose-Patton for presiding over today's ceremony with as much grace as usual. Yeah. I wish to thank as well the many other colleagues and friends of the university who participated in this convocation, whose names you'll find in the program. I now invite the Chancellor to bring today's ceremony to a close.
As I bring this convocation ceremony to a close on this, which is your special day, I hope we will see you often in the years to come. I invite you to stay connected with us. We will be very interested in your journeys, and we know you will make an impact for the better in whichever path you choose. Concilium dimissum est.